I'm warning you. I'm armed. I'm armed. I'm warning you. I'm armed. I'm warning you. I'm armed. I'm warning you. I'm armed.
Oh. Let's see.
I'm warning you. I'm armed. I'm warning you. I'm armed.
Cool. Well, now we have the rough animation.
I'm warning you. I'm armed. I'm warning you.
At least.
I'm armed.
Cool. Well, now we have the.
I'm warning you.
Yeah, it doesn't look that bad. So I think we can roll with this. This is just a 1-second shot for my thesis film. So it's just one character, this clam character, and then this door, which I'll need to clean up later. As you see, they're in a very small corner of the shot. You're gonna have this this hat sitting on the ground in the foreground. He's busting down this door. He thinks somebody's in here. Somebody broke into his house. This is like a little clue left behind. But yeah, it's just a quick shot. Let me just play this real quick.
I'm warning you, I'm armed.
Play it this way. With no audio. Okay. Well, whatever. That's basically what this shot is. So now I'm just gonna jump into cleanup animation real quick, which maybe shouldn't take too long. Let's see. Let's do a new layer. So I've got a sketch layer that is the clam that I've roughed in. The audio layer, which is the audio, which I don't really need anymore since I've roughed it in and I've got my lip sync where I want it roughly. This bottom layer is the video from the animatic, which I used as a reference. And this is the door layer. So now I've just added a new layer. And yeah, I'm going to keep it down here. And this is going to be my, we'll call this the inks layer. I call it inks because I'm going to basically use a black brush and I'm just going to do some cleaner lines over the sketch that I've already done. So I'm going to go ahead and preemptively add keyframes on this inks layer to match the keyframes in the sketch layer that's underneath with F6. That sets a keyframe. Just going to go there, boom, boom. Basically every 2 frames is a new keyframe or a new drawing. There we go. So yeah, starting on, what frame is this? 10, 11, 12, 13. Starting on frame 13, it goes on 2s. Every 2 frames is a drawing. I'm going to go ahead and delete this animatic. I'm going to zoom in. Every 2 frames is a drawing. I'm going to get rid of the door too. I just want to focus on the clam. Every 2 frames is a drawing, as you can see. Until we get to frame 50, which is just a hold. So it just goes on till the end. So yeah, that's just a little overview. I'm gonna move this microphone a little bit closer just in case. Of what I'm working on right now. So this next step is I'm going to be doing the inks. Working on right now. Alright, so this next step is I'm going to be doing the... I'm going to go ahead and... let's see. I'm debating whether I want to zoom in any closer. I'm going to go ahead and start. So the thing about Adobe Animate is, and you don't have to have it this way, but I do because I've gotten used to it, is your brush will scale. I need to rearrange this real quick, my setup. Okay. The brush will scale with your magnification on your stage. So what that means is, if I zoom out, let's just go back to 100%, and I draw a line, that's the thickness. If I zoom into 400%, draw a line, it's the exact same thickness that I just drew with, but as you can see, there is a size difference because it is oriented to whatever your magnification is. So if you're at 100%, that line is going to end up being thicker than if you were at 400. So that's one thing, you kind of have to get used to that, I guess. Some people don't like it, but if you don't like it, you can always just go to your brush, and in this, where is it? Properties, brush properties. Zoom size with stage, that's what this is. So if I click this box, and I do the exact same thing I just did, and I zoom in, okay. I don't know why it's being so stupid. The brushes, that is weird. You know what? Just don't press that button. That's that is what I just that is the moral of that. All right, so I'm gonna start doing cleanup real quick.
I'm warning you. I'm armed.
And all I'm really doing. Whoa, I didn't even finish this one. Give me 1 second. Let's go back to the sketch layer. Really, all I'm gonna do is just make tighter lines because, as you can see, I kind of sort of chicken scratched, felt my way through the shot. You know, it's all really rough. Let me make sure that that's. That's good. Alright, so now I'm going to go to the inks. I'm going to lock the sketch layer so I don't accidentally draw on the wrong layer. In fact, I lock all the layers that I'm not touching just in case I accidentally move on to the wrong layer. So I'm going to go ahead and start at 400% magnification and see what the lines look like. Like I said, this is such a small portion of the aspect ratio that I'm going to need to figure out if 400% magnification is going to give me the line that I want, because it might be too thin. So let's just see. So when I do the cleanup, I try to draw a little bit slower. Actually, I had the wrong brush size. I like to do the third smallest brush, which you can get down here at the brush size button. This is kind of a lame tutorial, but whatever. I've never streamed before, so I'm just gonna, gosh. There's a lot of sort of Control-Zing that takes place, which is your undo hotkey. I've got it set to my Cintiq on one of the buttons. Oh my gosh. Just gotta draw slow. I'm gonna show you something in a second. Let me just map this in. It's really not that exciting, but I don't know. I think it's interesting. And my computer is acting kind of funny. One thing that you will notice is the brush tends to smooth itself, which is what's kind of nice about Adobe Animate. But it doesn't always smooth the way that you want it. And what I mean is you'll see there's going to be areas when I minimize the sketch layer, you'll start to see that some of these lines, some of these curves aren't quite so straight or smooth. Draw this little hat. Bloop. All right, let me minimize the sketch layer. So it's not bad. My brush flash is doing something weird. So it's like some of these areas, like you can see maybe kind of like right in here, there's like some little bumps. One thing you can do to remedy that is to go down to your smooth tool, which is if you click on this selection tool, which is what I did to grab this selection, like right here, you'll get these smooth box and a straighten box. If I hit straighten, it'll do nothing. Usually it makes a straight line like that. Let me undo that. But if you hit smooth, it'll kind of try to smooth some of those bumps out. So like sometimes I like to go in, and sometimes it doesn't give you the result that you want, and when that happens, you just have to try again. Or you might have to just redraw the line. I'm just going to go in. I'm just going to sort of selectively. You know, at the end of the day, you might just have to read in certain areas. What the heck? Okay, let me grab. Yeah, like this line right here is kind of crappy. I'm gonna go back in. I'm gonna zoom in a little closer and erase. Shibloop. Put my sketch layer back on. You know, it's kind of weird because the mustache cuts in front of the bottom of the lip. So what I want to do is try to match this curve right there as much as I can. Close enough. Alright, that's probably good. The hat, whenever I draw this character, his hat's always got the most lumps, so I always try to come in here and just sort of straighten that out. And something happened right here, and I don't know what just happened, so I'm gonna... Sometimes the software does things you don't ask it to. Yeah, I'm just gonna redraw this part, because that is gonna bug me. So yeah, when you get these little bumps right here, just smooth them out. Okay. Grab that, bam. Like I said, this is going to be really small anyway, so it's not a big deal if it's straight because you won't see a lot of these imperfections, but if you're a perfectionist, you can go about this process. And actually, when I did that smooth just then, it really thickened the line up, so I'll just have to redraw that. I don't always draw on model to the sketch underneath. Sometimes I go a little bit over, and that's okay. As long as you're close. Alright. Good enough. So yeah, when you zoom out, I mean, that's how big it is on the screen. So like you can't even really see a lot of those imperfections. So move on to the next one. I'm realizing how weird this pose is. So I'm gonna try to clean up some of the weirdness. Gosh, I don't know how a brush is doing that. So I'm trying to make this mustache stretch as he's rocketing into the air. Shoot. Actually, I'm going to redraw that part. Let's see. A little bit lower. I don't like that. It's bugging me. Close enough. Okay, let's see. So again, if you don't get the line that you want right away, you can always Control Z it to undo, which is what I do most of the time. 90% of animating in this program is undoing. Let's come back up here. Sometimes you just have to break some of these curves up into sections. So like, treat this, it's kind of a weird curve where the bottom of the jaw is, as opposed to just trying to trace the line all the way through. And yeah, you can see how bumpy it is. So we'll just go in, just selectively smooth those bumps out. Put the rest of the inner mouth in and the tongue. Jeez, what the heck? So yeah, the hat is always a problem area for me, as you can see. But just go in and smooth it. Cool. Okay, so there's one more. So I got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 more to do, so I'm going to try to knock those out real quick. So yeah, I find myself speeding up as the process goes on because it is a tedious workflow, to be honest. Animation takes a lot of time and work, that's for sure. I'm actually going to move this guy down a little bit too because, well, I don't know, it might be alright. This brush has been really finicky, and I think it might be because I'm streaming. I don't know. You can see when it has like those little extra hairs that hang off the end. Like right there. I don't know why it's doing that. I might have to restart my computer or something. And the hat, which is saving. Which is now above his head because it is trailing his falling body. Smooth the bumps out. So yeah, it's not really a great tutorial. I'm just trying to explain what I'm doing a little bit so it's not quiet. Okay. Cool. Next one. Ugh. Yeah, like sometimes you see how the line got really thick right there at the end. It does that sometimes, and it's annoying, but all you gotta do is undo and redraw it. So exciting. Ugh. So yeah, a lot of times those areas where I break up the line, the curve, so I can be a little bit more accurate, but then I have to reconnect the line at the end. A lot of times that connection point isn't quite so accurate, so I always have to go back in and smooth it with the smooth tool. I want to make sure this hat is also falling right. A little bit more underneath. Because the hat should be falling in a straight line from where. Okay, curves, whenever I draw like the inner mouth, I always get some weird bumps, so I always have to smooth those out too. Yeah, you see, oh, what the heck? I don't understand this. You get these little thorny parts. Boom. Oh, that doesn't look good. Whoa. Okay, well. The degree to how your line smooths too also depends on your magnification. So, yeah. On to the next one. Gosh. Get that bump out of there. Hmm. You know what? I'm gonna redraw this because I don't. After a few smooths, I don't really like how it looked. Let's try it again. that line. Not too shabby. So yeah, I've got the hat stretching as it falls, just to sort of simulate a little bit of squash and stretch. It's one of the principles of animation. Let me redraw that. Smooth that little bit right there. Close enough. Test it real quick.
I'm warning you, I'm armed.
Oh, so if you want to test it without the sketch layer showing, you have to set the sketch to guide. That way, when you do this,
I'm warning you, I'm
you just
armed.
get the red.
I'm warning you,
You just
I'm
get the layer
armed.
that you want.
I'm warning you, I'm armed. I'm warning you, I'm armed.
Okay, good enough. Let's continue. Whoa, what the? That was not supposed to happen. Alright, there we go. Like I said, for someone who's watching, it's not the most exciting thing in the world, to be honest, but if you are interested in animation, it's always good to watch other people animate and see how their process it works, and as you create your own workflow, you can sort of emulate techniques from other animators so that you can animate to the style of your own choosing, and then you can start a stream with your own animation. Oof. Smooth that bump. Yeah, the bumps are just the most annoying part. You know, because the computer is sort of interpreting your brushstroke as best as it can, but sometimes it doesn't know what it's doing. I'm actually going to add a little bit of the inner mouth just so that it doesn't suddenly disappear. Whoa, that doesn't look good. I really don't know why Flash is doing that. I'm sorry, Animate. I don't know why it's trailing a little bit off the tip of my brush when I let go. Like that. I don't understand that. Let me redo that line. This is the part that I want him to kind of squash, because he's making contact with the ground, and the hat is just about to fall onto his noggin. Redo this curve too. Nope. There we go. That's better.
I'm warning you, I'm armed.
Yeah, it's not bad. Made it a little bit bigger right here so that from this corner to here isn't so drastic. And just knock off the bumps. That's really all there is to it. So anyways, I'm gonna keep working. I'm gonna close this stream off right now, and I'll probably come back on later to play some video games, because that's probably more enjoyable to most people. So cool. Well, let's test this real quick.
I'm warning you, I'm armed. 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 I'm warning you, I'm armed.
Well, yeah. So I guess that'll do it for right now. So see ya.